It's a shame JJ and Mikey are no longer with us, and they just went on one of their adventures. Who knew the monsters there would be so strong? Now we'll have to live without them.
I'm so sad that we have to bury them, but it's better this way. Because if we try to resurrect them, it's only gonna get worse. If only we could save them.
Don't worry, we'll manage somehow.
Well, that's it. Their funeral is over. I was surprised at how many villagers came here. JJ and Mikey must have done a lot of good while they were alive.
So wait, what am I doing underground?
What the?
And why can't I feel my body? I've probably become a zombie.
Whoa.
And that's not good.
Yes!
JJ, look at what's become of us. I can't believe we're gonna be like zombies now. What do you suggest we do? I don't know a way to become alive again.
I feel like we definitely need to make one for ourselves at home right now.
Yeah.
So let's just dig holes under our coffins.
Yep.
I'm so lucky I'm gonna have a lot of expensive blocks. Great! I already have a billet for my base, but the walls are too gray. I want them to be made of gold. So now I'm going to redo the walls.
Booyah.
And then I don't have to find furniture. I do have one very simple idea though. I'm gonna sneak into my house. Now I like my house. It's all gold and shiny. So I have to go up to the surface and take Mikey with me.
Yes!
I'm sure he needs a lot of furniture to set up too.
JJ, have you figured out where we're gonna get the furniture?
Booyah.
Although something tells me we're just gonna get it from our families. I like that plan a lot.
Oh.
So let's go right now.
Hey!
I hope they don't call the military against us. Look, it looks like a villager's coming. So
Whoa.
let's give him a little scare. Brains, we want to eat your brains. They're so delicious. Look how scared he is. Although I would have done the same thing.
Hey, I don't think we should draw so much attention to ourselves.
What
Also, there's something weird going on at our house. It's like our girls have become possessed, and it's freaking me out. What if they attack?
I think it's gonna be okay.
Seriously?
Because if we move all the furniture quietly, no one will notice us. And even if they attack, what happens to us? We're zombies, so we can't get hurt.
You know, you're right. So I'm gonna be brave enough to pack up all the furniture to set up for myself.
Mikey, I have a very bad feeling about this.
What?
Look, we've been spotted. Now we either have to come up with a plan of attack, distract her somehow. In the meantime, I'm gonna gather up the rest of the furniture.
Yes!
How awful this whole thing is. The problem is, we can't do anything to help our girls yet. I mean, we're zombies ourselves. So all I can think about is my home underground. Also, I completely forgot that we have a lot of doors locked with a lock.
Oh.
So I'm gonna need a key. I saw it near Mikey's girlfriend. So now I won't have any trouble opening the door.
Could you pick up all the furniture a little faster? Because it's not so easy for me to contain your girlfriend. She's got a knife in her hand, so I'm
No.
afraid she's gonna cut off an arm or a leg.
How awful this whole thing is. And I can't get over the fact that our children are nowhere to be found. They're supposed to be home. If something happened to them, I'd be so angry. I'm so glad you're okay.
Phew.
And don't worry, I may be a zombie, but I'm still kind, just like Mikey. So now we're gonna get all the furniture out of here and take you to our new home. You're gonna like it.
Dad, I'm so glad you came to save us.
Whoa.
Our moms have been acting weird for a long time.
Whoa!
Well, we can't stay here any longer.
Ah!
So, we're gonna have to run as fast as we can. And I think the easiest way to do that is through the window.
Yes.
That way, our girls won't catch up with us.
All right, then let's go down one by one.
Yep.
There's a pool just below, so try to fly to it.
Whoa!
And I'll run right after you.
Here we are, at the right place. As you may have realized, we will now be living in a cemetery. But don't be afraid,
Booyah!
because there will be cool houses with rooms downstairs.
All in all, Mikey was telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But my house will be so much better. Because I even have more money and more expensive blocks underground.
Whoa!
Now I'll be busy fixing up the rooms. I most likely want to start with the sleeping room, because that's where my baby's gonna live now. And it's important for him to get more sleep. So let this room be the first. But it's a long way from being the coolest. I was also lucky enough to pick up a lot of furniture. So I got 2 whole beds for me and my son. Mine will be bigger, of course. I've got to put a lot of closets in here so we can fit everything in. And of course, I won't set things too high. Because unlike me, my son is very young. I'm gonna do everything for his comfort. And I'm interested to see how Mikey does it. I also think it would be a good idea to put a television in here. That way my son and I don't have to go anywhere to watch cartoons before bedtime. I know he can't fall asleep without them. In fact, this room is almost furnished with everything that could possibly come in handy. But I also want to put shelves of books in here. I think it will be much better if I read books to my son, or she could read to him. Also, an important attribute of my home will now be the carpet. The floors here are cold, and I want my feet to be warm. I'm glad that I'm not going to live here alone, but with my son.
Dad, did you really finish setting up the room so quickly? I'm so glad, because before that, I didn't even have a place to play. And now I'm gonna have a whole room.
I'm glad you liked it. So you play here while I go up to the surface. I think Mikey and I are gonna have some serious girl problems pretty soon.
JJ, do you think we need to reinforce our passageways into the house in some way? We're not the only monsters out there. And look, our girls have already gotten to us. What are we gonna do?
Look, there's not much time, so just run downstairs. I have an obsidian. I'll seal the passageways to our homes. And now our girls won't be able to get to us. That's it, now we're isolated from the world. So I can get on with the home improvement business. I also didn't expect my son to fall asleep in my big bed. Let him sleep. I'll be busy for now anyway. Now I want to set up the bathroom. And to be honest, I only want to do it because I'm interested in seeing the bathroom I took. It's probably even got a hot tub mode. I'm hoping that everything I managed to take will fit in this small room. After all, when I first dug the hole, I made all the dimensions roughly. And I'm sure I won't have room for a separate toilet. Now it's time for the sink and cabinets. I'll put them next to each other so we can always get our stuff in here conveniently. But that's not all. I have a lot of important elements to add. I don't think there's going to be a rug lying around though. It would get wet and dirty too quickly. I'd rather have blocks of gold. It will make the bathroom look more expensive. By the way, this is where I want to put another sink and table. It's just for my son. He is already big and will wash or brush his teeth himself. And I think it will be easier to live like this. Now I love this bathroom. I can move on. Booyah! I did put a rug in here, but it's better, so it won't get too wet. Now I have to put doors in all the rooms, because I kind of forgot about that part from the beginning. And it would be cool to put windows in all the rooms. After that, I can tackle the next room right away. So I need to think about what I want to do. I think it should be a living room. After all, my son's gonna wake up soon. And he's got to run and jump somewhere. You can't do that in the bathroom, he could fall and hurt himself. But in the living room, I'm gonna put a lot of interesting things in there. To start, I want to put a big red couch here and a small table near it. First of all, it's gonna be very comfortable to sit on. And we can also play board games here. And I didn't realize until now that this body has a very limited lifespan, because I could start falling apart at any moment. For my peace of mind, I have yet to become human. But for now, I'm gonna focus on my rooms. I think the area around the couch already looks perfect. So I'm going to start on the second part of this room. Of course there's going to be a big television in here. It's so big it barely fits between the walls. But it's gonna be really cool for watching movies. And I'm going to put shelves of books in here for general development. They never hurt anyone. I wish my whole family lived here, but my girlfriend looks worse than me so far. By the way, I still have room in this room, so I can put a lot of fun stuff in here. Something tells me my son has never seen a big floor clock before, so I'm gonna show it to him. I also have a rocking chair. It's the only one I had when I was a kid, and now it's like an exhibit. And of course, I mustn't forget the plants, because there will be very little fresh air under the ground. To be honest, I'm a little tired of just walking around and arranging furniture, so I need to do something to entertain myself. I even know I can do a prank on Mikey. That would really make it fun. The most important thing is that Mikey doesn't immediately realize what I'm trying to do. And what a convenient way to get down.
What? Hi, JJ. I didn't think you'd come to visit me. Are you really curious about my setup? To be honest, I really like what I've done. It looks like a little cabin in the woods.
Things are really looking good. But that's not why I'm here.
Seriously?
I just wanted to throw smoke grenades at you. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. I'd better get out of here, though. Mikey might destroy me.
JJ, don't even think about coming back.
My mood has lifted, so now I can go on with my home improvement. And I really hope Mikey doesn't decide to get back at me, because he could do something terrible. I also realized what a great guy I am.
Yes!
I made the kitchen a pretty big room, so I can fit whatever I want in here. But I need to start with simple cabinets and a stove. It's also very important to me to install an exhaust hood in here, because I don't want smoke flying all over my house. And I've got so much stuff on my hands that I'm not sure I can fit it all in. But I'm gonna try. I've always had a dream of making a bar stool, but there was no room in my previous house. I'm so glad it's working out for me now. Now I will only eat at this high table. I'll still need to put a small and simple table here though, because I don't think my son will be able to sit here easily. And I might even steal the toaster. So the breakfasts are gonna be delicious. Now my whole kitchen looks just fine. I need to check everything one more time and I can move on to the next room. I forgot that I also wanted to put a small white couch and a table here.
Yes!
It would be a nice place for me to have tea in the morning. And of course, I'm not leaving the kitchen until I've put a rug in there. I think white would be the best color. The problem is, it's gotten kind of small in here.
Yes!
So I can't put the plants where I thought they'd go. Oh, well, I can always find a little room for that. And it'll smell better right away. This has been my most challenging room so far. It's gonna get a lot easier from here though. After all, I will be very interested in organizing the rooms on the other floor myself. Maybe it'll be a nurse's station. Before, there's no way I would have done this room, because I could heal myself quickly. But now my son will be living with me, so I have to try to make sure he's always okay. I should start with the beds anyway, because that's where the sick people are gonna be. And even if Mikey or his son gets hurt, I can help them.
Yes!
Because I have more than one bed, 4 would be enough for me. And I still have to put in the meds and the lockers. It looks like I'll have a lot of work to do even in such a simple room. But it's okay. I can handle it. It's a good thing I arranged the beds in advance so that I could fit shelves between them. Now it's very well organized. But I'll have to do something to enclose the beds. But that's the last thing I'll be doing. I need to move around quietly for now and put as many different potions and medicines as I can. Although I'm not sure if they all have beneficial effects. Anyway, I'll just hope that none of us get sick.
Yes!
And now it's time to put up the screens. They'll cover the beds and make the sick feel safer. Overall in this room, I did pretty much everything I wanted to do. So now I just need to install cabinets with information on diseases and how to treat them. I'm not a doctor and I can't know everything. I haven't figured out if there's a need for carpet yet. Overall, even the gold ore looks pretty good. So for now, let's keep it that way. And if anyone asks, I'll cover the gold with a simple rug. Well, now I'll definitely have everything ready to go. So I'll be able to continue organizing the rooms. Something really cool is coming up. Okay, I finally finished the infirmary. Now I'm gonna make one of the most fun rooms in my house. And it's gonna be the kids' room. This is where my son and Mikey's son can play. And we'll have time to relax a little bit. I'll even be interested in setting up this room myself to see how it all looks. I put Dart in here right away, but something tells me they won't be able to play it themselves. I'd better put up more tourniquets and swings. That's what the kids like. Although lately, all they want is phones and game consoles. That's okay, I'll teach them to play in this room. I'm sure they won't even want to leave this room afterward. And that's a good thing, because Mikey and I will have a room we can play in for hours. And I think it's already got everything you need, although I could still put in a lot of different toy swords and even a pool, just to put my son in a good mood. I just wish I had the girl back. So far, it's too complicated a mission.
Hi, JJ. Is it true you made a playroom for our kids?
Yes!
I would be very happy if you let my son in there. I'm so tired already. I just want to lie down or sleep.
Whoa!
I know exactly what you mean,
Seriously?
but I still don't have time for a vacation. And that's because I'm gonna be setting up the coolest room ever.
Whoa.
I think when Mikey sees this, he's gonna beg me to let him in. I want to start by putting a big table here. I need it so that I can put a couple of monitors in here, so I can finally play the way I want to play. And I need a good camera. I decided a long time ago that I was going to make videos, so it would be easier for me to do it in this environment. I hope to have a lot of subscribers. But that's not the end of the room. First, I need to install a fan in here, because I'm sure it's going to be very hot in this room. And it's all because I was able to buy dance games. Who knew they still made them? And I shouldn't forget that it also needs a battery. I haven't thought about the heating in this house. That's not what I wanted to think about, though. Now I just want to get it all finished so I can play sooner. There's something I'm missing here. Oh yeah, a big television. That's where I'm gonna play my console. And I better put 2 chairs in here so Mikey can play with me too. I also have slot machines. The coolest part is that I can play them for free. And I already really like the way this room is turning out. So nothing can ruin my mood today. And I'll put a chair right here. I like the result. It's time to get Mikey in here.
JJ, we are in very big trouble. The thing is, our girls have finally realized where we live. And they're already at your house. What are we gonna do? I don't want to fight them.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.